We're inside the NYU Leslie eLab, where professors and mentors help students get their businesses started while they're still in school.
Sani is a complete meal replacement that's personalized to each person's unique dietary needs.
We are in-house creating a prototype for a device that can help reduce bacteria on cell phones.
So we've got two products. We've got a tattoo ink and a removal solution.
Those are three very different business ideas from NYU students, but they all came to life here at this Entrepreneurs Lab on Washington Place. Any NYU student or professor can use this space to network and make prototypes of their products.
We use this space to show their ideas and their business models to the rest of the community, to get feedback from the community.
Many students come with innovation and creativity, but don't have the business sense. That's where Professor Jen Vandermeer comes in.
I mean, the big thing we focus on here is business model potential, business model innovation. How can they not just design a product or a service that might have value in the world, but actually find a way for that product or service to make money for them.
Harvard, Princeton, and Rice universities have similar entrepreneur programs. Some skeptics say it may steer students away from a steady career, but to that, Vandermeer says,
when you're living as a student in student housing and you're used to budgeting as a student, that's actually really good training for being an entrepreneur.
And these students have it down. Joshua Sakai believes he's created the next tattoo removal service.
You put on the tattoo ink just as you would any other ink. It works perfectly with the existing solutions. Artists can use it seamlessly to swap out the old ink for the new ink, get it on, and then when you want to remove a tattoo, you just apply the removal solution and the tattoo goes away.
Do you have any tattoos?
Well, not yet, but once the product comes out, I'm going to get a ton.
Don't laugh. Josh and the rest of these students may be onto something. From Greenwich Village, Liz Dahlem, Fox 5 News.
Great idea. Thank you very much for that, Liz. Let's continue to talk about it right now. Frank Rimolofsky is joining me, Executive Director, Innovation Venture Fund and Entrepreneurship Programs at NYU. Great school, great institute. Thanks for being here, Frank.
Thanks, Ernie. It's my pleasure.
Well, this is a great program. I mean, you know, college students traditionally have always come up with ideas. I mean, that's why you go to college, of course. But this is taking it to a new level. I mean, kind of cashing in, so to speak, right?
Well, I mean, if you really think about the environment that is facing college students today, it's radically different from when I was a college student.
Sure.
The world of technology has made so many things possible that even 10 years ago were much easier and less expensive. But also the entire career opportunities available to our students in large companies has fundamentally changed. We've seen that dramatically in the last 5 to 10 years.
We just saw, you know, a great example of what's going on there. I mean, you must have a lot of these stories, right?
We have a ton of these stories, and these opportunities, this is creating a whole new world of opportunities for our students. But at the same token, it's not just about having an idea, it's how do you translate that into a compelling business.
And that's where you help them.
And that's exactly where we help them, providing the training, the mentorship, the coaching to help them take that idea, test it in the marketplace, and develop a repeatable and scalable business. So
what happens if they come up with something really good, it develops into a business? Now who ends up owning that?
They do.
They do. They own it.
Yes.
You help them with funding, for example, but they own this company.
Yes.
Wow.
Unless they're doing research with a faculty member as part of a university administered grant, the students own everything they do, and we are just there as a support organization, as the library or the student center and so on. And we have a variety of programs to help with grants, to help them develop their prototypes, test those with customers, and then we also run the Innovation Venture Fund that you mentioned, which will make direct investments along with other angel and venture capital investors.
And Frank, this has opened up to a lot of age groups too, right? I mean, you know, graduate students and so forth.
This is a university-wide initiative.
Right.
We see not just millennials, but we actually see graduate students in their late 20s, 30s, even 40s. We actually even have a PhD student in their 60s. We work with all of them as well as our faculty and research staff.
I know some people are listening to it right now and saying, I love this idea. Do you have to be an NYU student to qualify to be part of this program?
To work with the programs that we offer within the Leslie eLab and the Entrepreneurial Institute, yes. But within the university, we also offer a variety of other programs through our series of 3 incubators that are run out of engineering school that offer programs and resources and collaborative workspaces to anybody in the city. And they have programs to target veterans, to train clean tech entrepreneurs across the spectrum of resources and programs.
So quickly, if you're looking down the road 3, 5 years from now, what do you expect? How is this program going to develop?
Bigger.
Bigger.
Bigger. Since we opened the Leslie eLab a year and a half ago, we've seen an explosion in interest, partially because of the visibility that that's brought us.
Sure.
In the first year, we had over 20,000 visits to the Leslie eLab, and this year already, we're about 50% ahead of that.
On the go. Frank, thank you so much for joining us today.
My
Good luck
pleasure,
at NYU.
Ernie.
Great
Thank you very
program.
much.
Thanks for joining me.